Being turned down for sex can be incredibly hard. It can trigger all kinds of feelings of anger, sadness. It can trigger our insecurities, making us think that we are not attractive. But we're here today to tell you that it's okay. And being turned down upon initiation is a normal part of any relationship.
Yes, we are Mayara,
And Stef.
and in this episode of Heart2Heart Talks, we are talking about how to respond gracefully when our partner says no to sex and how to manage the feelings that come up about it.
Rejection will inevitably happen, right?
Yeah, it will happen sooner or later. Some people may have to deal with it more often than others, but it will happen in every relationship. Sometimes our partner may not be in the same mood than we are in the moment. But when rejection happens over and over and over again, it can be an indication that there are some other underlying issues in the relationship.
Bottom line is nobody likes to be rejected, right? And especially not in a bedroom. When we initiate, we are kind of putting ourselves out there. We are being vulnerable because being rejected in intimacy it can be really, really hard. It can hurt us a lot to be rejected by the person who we love the most when we are offering ourselves to them.
Yeah, it's never easy. Yeah, the first step when this happens is to learn how to answer so we don't make things worse, we don't hurt our partner's feelings, don't pressure them. But the second step is to really deal with all these emotions that come up, which is normal, it will happen. We are humans, right? So yeah, we can start with this first step, that is how to answer gracefully. And what are the steps?
So first thing you can do in order to better manage this rejection is not to be even in the situation to be rejected. And I know it sounds funny, but it's one of the main tips and insights that I had in our relationship was to read the room, to read the signs of you, so that I know that maybe it is not a good time for me to initiate. And this can be related to many different things, such as, okay, seeing your body language. Are you really feeling tired or stressed out with some daily stuff that was happening throughout the day, so that you need more of an emotional connection with me rather than physical? The other one can be reading the environment. Maybe now it's really not a good time because we don't have that much time, expecting somebody to arrive or some chore to be done, and it's just not the place for us to have enough time and connect.
It's important to recognize as well that some people may have a direct way to say no, while others have an indirect way to say no. So your partner may be saying yes verbally, but you can notice some hesitation in their tone of voice or even body language. So just be aware that they may not be feeling comfortable to say no. And if you catch up on that, you can just say, hey, if you're not in the mood, it's okay. Just let them know that it's okay to say no. You don't have to say yes.
So this is us trying to figure out that it's gonna be no before it's actually us initiating. But once we initiate and we get no, the best thing that we can do is accept it, right?
Yeah, definitely accept 100%, and don't try to change their minds. Don't try to pressure them. Oh, maybe just a quickie, or maybe we can just do this, or even complaining like, wow, it's been so long, again you say no. So all these kind of reactions will make them feel just unsafe, unvalidated, and it's really not the best way. It can create issues down the line where they just don't feel comfortable to say no. They may even avoid the intimacy because they don't want to put themselves in the place where they have to say no. So the best you can do is really validate their feelings, accept and validate their feelings. You can say something like, okay, I understand you don't want to have sex now because you are tired, or I understand you're not able or not in the mood to connect right now. It's okay. Let them know it's okay. And in a neutral way, right? Instead of like changing how you treat them. This is the worst.
Yeah, it's another actually dynamic that is present for a lot of couples is once one partner initiates and there is not a yes, uh, they change their mood. So from being all lovely, cuddly, and warm to being distant and cold. And this, for sure, is the reason of their triggers, their insecurities being up in the surface at the surface by this rejection. But it's definitely not going to help you to have more yeses throughout the way.
Yeah, or even worse when they get angry, right? Getting angry is even one of the worst reactions that can really make your partner feel unsafe. Because if they say no, now there is a big problem. Now that's they're angry at me, now we have a problem, and it's really not a good dynamic. So now then let's talk about how you manage the feelings that come up, because we're just humans and feelings will come up. And in fact, we asked some of our and in fact we asked our community what feelings and emotions get triggering them when their partner says no. And this is what they said.
I don't matter. She is not attracted to me. That was a really common one. They may be getting it somewhere else. The spark in our relationship has died. I feel ashamed and wrong for asking. It makes me never want to ask again.
Common one.
Yeah, and these are just some of the thoughts that might come up within you. And it's important that you don't let your mind circle them around and ruminate about them and go into this spiral of, hey, they don't love me, I'm not attractive, and they don't care about my needs, whatever it might be for you.
It's all those thoughts are really about either is something wrong with me or something wrong with my relationship. This is what was interesting to me. And in reality, when our partner says no to sex, it has more to do with them than with us. So in my case, for example, if I say no, it's like I'm really tired and I really don't have energy left, or I'm really focusing on in other stuff. Maybe I'm like really busy. My mind is maybe stressed with something else. It's never because, oh, I'm not attracted to Stefan, I don't like, or Stefan, I'm mad at him. So it's interesting that even knowing that, still most people will think like, oh, it's something with me, or there is an issue in my relationship. But yeah, definitely avoids that. Avoids trying to get on your partner's brain and figure out the reasons why, the reasons why they're saying no to you, because that's not going to be helpful. You can always ask them and then take what they say as an answer. If they said I'm tired, I'm tired. And that's it.
It took me a while to really clear out all these bad thoughts that were coming to me when you would say that you're tired. But on the other side, it's also important not to put your feelings under the rug or disvalidate them. So feelings are messengers, not the facts, and but we still need to listen to them. So if you are being triggered with certain when rejected, it's good also to understand that even though the feeling is present there, maybe it is not based on the facts. Maybe our mind and judgment is a bit clouded due to this hurt that we are feeling at the moment.
Yeah, you can own your feelings and not put them on your partner, meaning that it's not because of your partner you feel this way. Own your feelings. I feel rejected right now. I feel sad, or it's a bummer. I feel let down. I was so excited, but owning it. And one way is to really name how you're feeling. Because if you just try to shut your feelings down, pretends they're not there, change topic, then they can start piling up and you are not processing these feelings and they can come up in the worst times later on. So own them, name them, and this is an internal process you are doing to really understand what you're feeling, and you have this internal dialogue. I feel let down right now, I feel insecure. What is the truth of the situation? Is my partner really rejecting me? Maybe not. Maybe they're really just tired, but I'm taking it the wrong way. Okay, maybe I need to just be more understanding.
And see the world from their perspective, to try to put
Yeah,
yourself in their shoes.
exactly.
And say stuff like that. Hey, she is not able to connect at the moment because it's been a rough day.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with me.
And that's always something good to say, to tell yourself, like, oh, they are not able to connect right now. It's not about me, it's not about the relationship, it's just the place that they're at. They're not able to connect. They may need something else right now. Maybe it's relaxing, maybe whatever it is. They need to read their book, they need to be alone, but it's not about me.
And upon this sort of silent work that you do with yourself, with naming the feeling, asking yourself, is it really true, or trying to, talk to yourself from the perspective of your partner, it's still possible that you have the need to talk to your partner about these feelings. It might be that, you've been rejected in a way that you're not really comfortable with, and recognizing this need is also a great thing that you can do. So you would approach your partner and try to communicate to them, how are you feeling, and what need would you have in regards of how would you be okay to hear no from them. And you could say something like, when you reject sex in that specific way, such as, oh, not again, please. It makes me feel like I'm not attractive. It makes me feel like there is maybe some problem. So it makes me feel hurt because I think that there might be a bigger problem in our relationship. And in this moment, I would need you to be more considerate when you say no, and maybe give me a small hug or a cuddle, just something that will reassure me that we are actually okay, even though you reject intimacy. And yeah, I think it's much better way to communicate to them what you want if they are already not aware of these subtle differences in saying no.
We have a whole podcast episode where we are giving some tips into how to say no to sex. And this is important as well because sometimes, our partner doesn't know how to say no and they're saying no in a way that is not nice. So this is another nice episode to try. But it's very important that you continue initiating. A lot of times people shared that they just feel like they shut down. They feel like, I don't want to feel rejected again. I'm not even going to initiate. Especially if it happened more than once.
Now it's their turn.
Yeah, now it's their turn. I'm going to wait. It's like keeping a score. But it's really not about that. It's important that you continue initiating and don't shut down, because it's just going to be, so you don't create that dynamic where it's almost like you're playing a game or you're building up resentment. At the end of the day, it's really, really nice if you create an environment in your relationship where both of you feel completely safe and comfortable to say no. And that will just make intimacy better, because you can cuddle, you can play, and then you can be like, but this is enough for now, I don't want to continue. You can say no, you can say yes. It becomes something very natural, and then you can congratulate yourselves, right? Congratulations, I created like a relationship where it's safe for my partner to express how they feel, to say yes, to say no, and that's really good long term.
So all of these tips, so basically what to say after being rejected and how to manage your feelings, were said in the situation that there is actually no bigger problem in the relationship.
Yeah.
But of course, there is a possibility that there is something deeper that is causing your partner to reject sex and then go into this spiral of negative actions. But this is a completely different topic, and it's very important that if you find yourself in this kind of situation, you feel like there is a deeper problem, you're not able to talk about it with your partner, then to also seek for help and find ways how you can get out of this situation.
Yeah, and a good place to start, if you are feeling like my partner is always saying no, they never want to have sex, it seems like I want much more than them, that is an issue for me, something is wrong. So a good place to start is to talk to your partner and ask how they feel. How do you feel about our sex life? Do you feel that we have enough sex? Do you feel that we don't have enough sex? Do you wish we could have more sex, but for some reason it's not happening? Just by asking them these questions and also asking them what would be the ideal scenario for you? How frequently would you want to have sex? Then you can get a lot of information, because maybe you are having this feeling like, why my partner is never in the mood. And maybe for them there is no issue at all. Maybe they're completely happy and satisfied. So maybe you are someone that wants to have sex 4 times a week, 5 maybe. But your partner is like, I'm okay with once a week is more than enough. And then that is not even an issue for them. And if that's the case, then it's compromising, finding a middle term that works for both of you, and that's simple solution, right? But it can be other issues. For example, it may be something physical, either a health issue, or they're just through a moment in their life that they're just really, really tired. A common one is having newborn babies where parents are exhausted for several months, having to readapt.
Or some physical illness that your partner is struggling with and affects his or her libido and
exactly.
desire.
Hormone regulation. So maybe there is nothing about you and the relationship, it's just that something physical. Or
maybe there is an emotional disconnect, which is one of the major reasons why eroticism is lacking in relationships. It's this situation where you are not really paying attention to your partner. There has been this space that grew and grew over time, and you didn't do anything to fill it up, and your relationship became more of a managerial style of running a household. And
it can be build up resentment as well, maybe things that you haven't worked on and they're building up. So it can be many things. So you would need to first have a conversation with your partner, try to get to the bottom of it. And in some cases, like Stefan mentioned, you may need some couples counseling session or something like that to help you get to the bottom of it. But it's important to get to the bottom of it so you can feel fulfilled in your relationship. But, sexual intercourse is not the only way to connect and be close. So we actually have some guided connection journeys, and it's just audio files that they're really, really amazing for that. And it's me guiding you through a journey of connecting in all levels with your partner, and meaning energetic, emotional, and physical. And they're really great. And Stefan and I practiced this, and this was, I believe, in the beginning of our relationship, what really helped us to get so close, so fast, and to really get to intimately know each other really beyond the surface. So we have these 3 guided audios. One is focused more on the energetic connection, one is focused more on the emotional connection, and one on the physical. But it's not sexual, it's really awakening the senses, awakening like sensuality. So it's really, really beautiful way to have the intimacy with your partner without having to mean we are gonna have sex. It's a way to get you closer, to get you talking, sharing. So it's really special. And if you're interested in learning more about it, the link will be showing up here on the screen or in the description box below this video. And check it out.
So thank you for listening, and we hope you like it, and subscribe, like, share, and see you in the next one.